Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about what we did not know, what we were not taught, what we did not learn. I was speaking with somebody, it was this woman, she told me her life story, and she said that, she has 6 children, and she said that she got pregnant at 13 years old. And I was just like, oh my God, wow, like this is crazy. And I asked how old the husband was. And when people talk, honestly, I be asking questions. I be asking the questions that you probably shouldn't ask, that probably aren't polite, but I just want to know. I feel like if somebody tells me something, then they obviously want me to ask questions too, right? So I asked her, well, how old was the father? And she said 19. Mind you, she's in her 60s, late 60s, 70s, and this is in Houston. So this type of stuff was like normalized. And she said, it was a horrible experience. And then she said a year later, she got pregnant again and ended up getting married. And I was like, wow, so you were 14, like how old was your husband? She was like, he was 20 something. So her parents took her to the courthouse, let her marry this 20 something year old man when she was 14, and they had children, and it was an abusive relationship. And she spoke on just, her experience and the things that she went through, and having to also take care of her brother and take care of her children. And she was a child herself, like literally 13, 14 years old with 2 children in an abusive relationship. And throughout the conversations, she said, she was very sweet, such a sweet woman. And she was just like, I did not know, like my mom did not tell me. So I accepted whatever treatment I got and whatever treatment I observed, my mother enduring herself, because she did not tell me any different. Nobody told me. She used those exact words, saying, nobody told me differently. Nobody told me my worth. Nobody told me my value. And I was just like, wow, and as much as it's like, as easy as it is from the outside looking in to see the choices that people make and think, why are they doing this? Why would they accept that? Why would they go through that? Like, are you dumb? And I'm not even talking about her. I'm just saying in general, I think that's real. And that was such a real and vulnerable statement from her to say, like, nobody told me. Nobody told me my worth. Nobody told me that I was beautiful and that I should cherish myself and my body. Nobody told me that I didn't deserve to be hit and be beaten and to go through these things and X, Y, and Z. And I think that a lot of us can relate to that. There's like so many things in life that people just do not tell you. And it's not on them, sure. I do think that parents have a certain responsibility to let their children know certain things or to prepare them for the world. But at the end of the day, your parents, your family members, those who raise you, those who are teaching you, they can really only operate within the scope of what they know. So even if they do tell you something, if they do try to prepare you, if they do try to teach you, there's a certain level of experience and trial and error that you're going to have to go through on your own, because a lot of the times, and I made a video about this, the world that we were prepared for doesn't even exist anymore. So you're still going to have to go through, I guess, those challenges, for lack of a better word, of figuring out life on your own terms and through your own perspective. And then even then, when you start teaching others, or if you have children, or if you start, wanting to share your experiences with others, it's going to be the same as those who taught you. It's only going to be through a certain scope and a certain lens. But I think coming to terms with her sentence, with what she said, which was, nobody told me, was, it just like, it really impacted me, because I feel that way a lot. I'm just like, man, nobody told me this, nobody told me that. And a lot of people would say, get over it. And you're absolutely right. 100% get over it. Let it go. Who cares? You didn't know. Now you know. What are you going to do with that information? That's so real. And that's so true. And I agree. And I also think that there's a certain level of like mourning and a certain level of like, reflection that you have to do as well. Like, wow, I didn't know this and I got taken advantage of. I didn't know this and I missed out on this opportunity, or I ruined something that could have been great. But I have these moments often, and I'm having them more and more and more as I'm learning to like let things go and to welcome more into my life. And I just have to keep reminding myself, like, you can still receive the things that you want in life. Like, nothing is barred from you just because you didn't know something in the past. Like, you know now. And anything that was missed, or any opportunity that you feel like fell through your hands, there's no such thing as something made for you and meant for you not being yours. Like, either one way or another, it's going to be yours. You're preparing for it. You're ready for it. And I just have to keep reminding myself of this, because again, I have those moments too, just like her, where she's like, nobody taught me. And I think the same thing. I think, in my interactions with others, in my relationship with myself, it's just, I find myself sometimes getting frustrated, and I'm getting over it. The moments of frustration are becoming less and less and less, but I find myself, getting a little bit more frustrated and getting more like flustered, but I have to remind myself, like, it's for you. You're okay. You're doing well. You're doing fine. You're going to be okay. So, yeah, y'all, that's just what I want to talk about. Like, if you feel shame or hurt or betrayal for the things that people did not teach you and the things that they did not tell you, I completely understand. And I just want you to know that that's okay. And that once you're able to let go of those feelings of shame and regret and shoulda, coulda, woulda, then we'll be able to fully accept and receive the things that are meant for us. So let me know if you guys are going through this too and what you think. And I will, maybe make another video going deeper into this, but let me know what you think and make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.